Mom, you have some Pokemon.
What?
That's what I get.
Yeah.
You love your shoes. Yeah, but if you want to, take them off and put them on you if you want.
No, thank you. They'll never fit my big old feet. See how much bigger my foot is than your shoe?
Yeah, and
Thinking about, I wanted to get. Oh, lots of it. Like everybody makes fun of me at work for me always having a list.
So you gotta stick your hands in there and kind of squish everything together like this. Can you do that?
but that kind of yucky.
It's okay. That's all you have to do.
I didn't want to do that.
You won't help me.
It won't help you.
Oh, okay then.
It's too yucky.
Okay. Alright, so what we have to do is we have to mix this up with our hands. Try and squeeze it together. You squeeze it, you mix it. Just try and keep it all in the bowl.
Can I taste some?
You can taste it. It probably won't taste very good right now. It's just vegetables and salt. You can use both your hands and just try and mix it together real good. Can you do that?
Well, I might taste.
Can you mix it?
I want spoon.
No, you have to use your hands. You got to squeeze it with your hands and massage it and get it all mixed together.
I don't want to do it.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
I don't feel like doing it.
That's fine.
This is the first dip. Are you going to be square noodle or mud cake?
I'll be Mudkip.
This is the first dip. Pikachu met mud cake.
All right.
I don't like that stuff. I can eat it for dinner.
No, it needs to ferment. So we can eat it after it's fermented for a bit.
We have Pokemon. If we have a Pokemon game on TV.
Yeah, they don't really have much of those though. There's hardly any. Oops, sorry. You're not close to this basement.
And I'm giving the hamster.
Hi there, everyone. I am done with my keto diet. I was on it for a month, so I just want to kind of take a look at the results. I'm not sure it did too much for me, but there's definitely a little bit of something I'd like to discuss. So here's the side-by-side of my before and after. Looks pretty much the same. Unfortunately, my scale broke when I've been keto for about 2.5 weeks. So, and at that point, it seemed like maybe I'd lost a pound or two. It's hard to tell because, you know, my weight usually fluctuates within like 4 or 5 pounds all the time. So, I wasn't really sure. I feel like I look like, a lot of the times I look like I've leaned a little bit, I've leaned up a little bit. My face, I feel like looks a little bit leaner, and my midsection as well. But that might just be because I wasn't eating anything that was bloating me up, you know? It might just be bloating or like low level inflammation, you know? So I don't know. I don't know if I lost any weight, maybe a couple of pounds. Cognitively, it didn't do as much as I'd hoped, but now that I'm off it, I've been off for just a couple of days, and yes, I ate that ice cream and it was amazing, and I felt totally fine after the ice cream. But then the next day, yesterday, my husband and I decided we were going to get a pizza, and I didn't think I wasn't planning on eating anything like that, but it kind of seems like if I'm doing something like this, I need something like strict, like with guidelines that I can adhere to, or else I'll compromise. So we got a pizza and didn't feel great after that. And I don't really feel great today. I woke up feeling pretty anxious, and I've been grumpy today. You know, I've been irritable with my kids and just not feeling my best. And it's because I had the stupid pizza, right? It's the wheat. It's the wheat, the terrible quality, ultra hybridized, GMO, ultra pesticide laden wheat that we have here in the United States. And so, you know, this morning, my mood has been the worst that it was, you know, since before I went keto. Keto, like, I still had a little bit, you know, of like the anxiety and the mood. You know, my mood's not always the greatest, but it was definitely, you know, I didn't have any days while on keto that were particularly bad, you know. They were all pretty normal and like decent, as far as like my mood and anxiety went. And then as soon as I ate this stupid pizza, I'm feeling grumpy and anxious. So yeah, I mean, just throwing this in there, if you suffer from any kind of mental health issues like depression or anxiety, you should really toy with your diet, because it can make a giant difference. I'm sure you know this, but just in case, I wanted to throw that out there. It can make a huge difference, especially if you live in the United States. So much of the food that we eat or are presented as like what we should be eating or as a normal diet, it's trash. Like, it's not even good enough to be called food, you know? So I didn't really lose any weight, but I feel like my mood was more stable. My anxiety was lower. And mental clarity wise, like, again, I didn't have any really bad days, but it didn't help as much as I had hoped that it would. So, yeah, those are my keto diet results. Amazing. I think in the future, you know, I'd like to try again and just be more like really into it this time or next time. This time I, you know, I didn't track anything. They say it's so important, you know, that you track your calories and track your macros, and that's probably true. I just kind of winged it and used the keto test strips, and they said I was in ketosis every time I checked. But yeah, next time I didn't track stuff just because that feels prohibitively stressful for me right now. adding that kind of thing on to my day where I have to track everything I'm eating, that's stressful for me, and I didn't want to add stress. So this is the first thing I've tried. No big deal that it didn't do all that much for me. But if I do it again in the future, I will go hard with it and, you know, track my macros and my calories and all of that, and see what that does. So yes, keto. Yay, I did it. It really wasn't that hard. Towards the end, I was getting really antsy there. But yeah, there you go. So what's next? Well, right now, nothing at this moment, just because my husband is going to be going away for almost a week, right at the end of his work week, and so it's pretty much just me taking care of the kids for like a week and a half. And so in the interest of my sanity, I'm not going to start a new dietary adventure until my husband gets back, but I am going to start with the exercise routine. I know you're thinking you should have exercised while you were keto. I know, I should have done that. It just didn't happen. And I'm not totally sedentary or anything. You know, I'm pretty active with my kids, but I don't get like consistent high intensity exercise. So I'm going to, in the next couple of days, I'm going to start implementing, like I had mentioned in a previous video, a super basic exercise routine, and try and do it like 3 to 4 times a week. I'm just, you know, I found a couple of YouTube videos for like beginner, at home, no equipment exercise routines, and I'm just going to try some of those out and find something that I like. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do up until I start my next diet thing. I mean, I'm going to keep exercising, hopefully forever, but I'll just be doing exercise, you know, for the next week and a half or so, and then I'm going to implement my next dietary thing, which in some ways it'll be easier because I don't have to make sure I'm getting so much fat to stay in ketosis, but in other ways it will be more difficult because it is stricter on the quality and types of food that I will be eating, and I will tell you all about that in my next video. Thanks for following along. See you next time.